Ready for it.
Thrilled for it.
Presenting France with Turbo Booster Jet Engine.
Royal Challengers Bengaluru, season of their dreams, won 8, won 6 out of 6 away. Is this the side that learnt the most from its lessons and scars of the past?
They seem to have, yes, and they tried. And to be fair, at the auctions, I felt that they have covered many bases, but there was one hole that was left unplugged, and that could actually be their undoing. That also hasn't happened. So it's almost like a perfect season, and the perfect storm that you can actually think of as a team where spin, in my opinion, was going to be a problem. They chose Krunal Pandya and Suyash Sharma as their two spinners to bowl at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, where the best spinner in the league, Yuzi Chahal, often went 9s, 10s and over. It's a tough ground to bowl as a spinner, but they went with these two defensive options. But it has worked magically well. Krunal Pandya, 2 player of the match performances. Suyash Sharma has delivered. Their fast bowling, of course, was a serious upgrade from whatever they had till last season. And also, I think they were very smart in picking players for the right slots. I thought this is where they actually aced the auction, that we want Tim David and we don't want Will Jacks. Because Will Jacks might not fit into our scheme of things, but definitely need Tim David because we need a finisher, and got him at a steal, I think 3.5 crore or something. It was an absolute bargain. So they wanted Jitesh Sharma. They didn't go for Ishan Kishan. I mean, those choices were available to them. KL Rahul. They didn't go for him. I said, no, we need Jitesh because we want a keeper who can bat at 5 or 6. So that clarity, I think, has helped.
I think also that the fact that I felt their selection around their bowlers were better aligned to what they've faced. And where we've criticised RCB historically has been great batting, amazing batting, but bowling just cannot, handle, the onslaught of, of the opposition. So Hazelwood, bounce bowler, that's useful in Bangalore, that sort of steep bounce off a length. You may hit 1 for 6, you might even hit 2 for 6, but you're not hitting 3 for 6. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, the ball swings there. So new ball specialist that can swing it around corners. Also someone, in my view, that is constantly underestimated, I should say, as a defensive option. And he's stood up a couple of occasions where he's brilliant with his Yorkers.
One of the things that's really stood out for me is the squad composition and having this core of experienced Indian players for the first time, really. Think of RCB historically, they've generally had 1 or 2 superstars in terms of Indian players, and then a lot of unproven talent. This year, you think Krunal Pandya's had such a great year. He's someone who's captained in the IPL. He's won 3 titles with MI. Jitesh Sharma's captained the game of IPL cricket before and is an experienced guy at this stage in his career. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's captained some games for Sunrisers. Rajat Patidar's led really well. Even Devdutt Padikkal really adjusted to that role. So I think that's been a really impressive strategy.
Yash Dayal has a lot of experience of bowling crunch overs, and that serves you well. And amid all of that, the superstar continues to remain the golden standard, Aakash. It didn't look like a player who's retired from T20 as for nearly a year.
Well, he'll never look a player who is retired from any format because of the kind of work and the hours that he puts in into his own skill set. So when you see Virat Kohli scoring the runs, I mean, it's hardly surprising. It is just par for the course. Maybe he'll take it a notch higher, but rarely do you see a Virat Kohli season where he hasn't scored at all. He's looked out of sorts. I don't recall actually a season where he hasn't scored. So this season, of course, he has batted the way he does. See, Virat Kohli has always batted this way. It's just that the team doesn't perform because he is there and others are not aligned to what he is doing. So he's still doing the same thing that he did the previous season and the previous season. You need to collect a team that is complementing Virat Kohli's style of play. And this year they have done that. They've got a guy who opens, who goes at the rate of knots. The guy who comes at 3, he takes charge. There is a guy at 4 who takes charge. Then from Jitesh Sharma to Tim David, everyone is a striker. I'm not saying that Kohli doesn't strike, but he doesn't need to strike at 170 because the moment he starts trying that, then the consistency will be the casualty. So he's still consistent, like he always is.
Also providing a lesson in terms of a template to a lot of batters. We did see a different Kohli in the second half of last season. A Kohli who was actively looking to bat at 160s and 170s, but found the gears that were needed for his team.
Yeah, look, Aakash makes a really good point in that they have cleverly sort of built a batting unit around his style, and I think that's smart. I think also, whether we like it or not, I think the bowling plays a part in that. When you've got confidence as a batting unit, with your bowling unit, it allows you also to release a little bit of pressure off you. But, there's many impressive things about Virat Kohli, but the impressive thing is that he's continuing to want to evolve as a player. And that, to me, I find exciting when you see, such greats, continue. It's a bit like Steve Smith in Test cricket. He's just continually wanting to push the barrier and get better and better. And Virat Kohli is very much that. And he loves proving people wrong. He loves, and it's nearly like, from a coaching perspective, nearly like saying, I bet you can't do that. Go and try, and you can guarantee 48 hours later he can do it. And I think that's the charm of a champion as well, that there's that hunger and desire to be the best.
I think the bowling point is spot on. I remember there have been a couple of Sunday afternoon games, one against Punjab in Milanpur and one against Rajasthan in Jaipur, where we sat on this couch at half-time with RCB having restricted them to a lowish total and thought, this is perfectly set up for Virat Kohli. And we've come back 90 minutes later and said, that was perfectly set up for Virat Kohli, and so it proved.